Well, good morning, friends. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Thursday morning on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
And I'm Tim Pham. Well, gosh, it is going to start to feel pretty good once again. I know it's a little crisp right now in the morning. Can we call it crisp, Thomas?
I think that's a good way to put it.
You know, it's the temperature change, right? I think that's probably the biggest thing. But it is kind of nice when you get cool mornings and warmer evenings.
Yeah, it's the best part of the summer season. And it is still the summer season when you think about it. The fall equinox isn't until next Friday. So when we get these clear skies, it warms up pretty big time during the day, but it cools off just as much at night. So we do get that big time temperature difference. And it is a bit on the crisp side this morning, with some of our area temperatures now dipping into the 30s, just getting a little big toe in there. Both in Deer Park at 39 and St. Mary's at 38. Those are easily the cool spots, but Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint low 40s as well. So yeah, a little bit chilly for a few locations this morning, but that's because of the clear skies. Once the sunshine comes out, we erase that immediately, and we'll get up to about 80 for this afternoon, which is even warmer than yesterday. So we'll have that cool morning, warm afternoon cycle for a few days, and our high temperatures will eventually be pushing near 90 degrees by this weekend. We'll cover that in a bit more detail in a few moments.
The man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students was back in court yesterday. The court discussed if cameras will be allowed in the courtroom during Brian Kohberger's trial. After hearing from the defendant and the prosecutor, the judge said that he needs more time to consider those arguments.
Can I really trust them to do the right thing? And it's not necessarily the camera people, okay? It's where that film goes.
The way to battle the misinformation is to provide the accurate information. And the accurate information is what happens inside this courtroom with the cameras positioned in a place that provides the best, most overall perspective of the courtroom.
The defense attorney suggested mounting a camera in the back of the courtroom. That way, it would be less of a distraction to attorneys.
In Shoshone County, a Kellogg man accused of shooting and killing his neighbors pleaded not guilty in court. 31-year-old Major John Kaler is charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. Police say he entered his neighbor's apartment back in June and killed the entire family. Court records show the suspect and his wife believe one of the victims was acting inappropriately in front of the couple's children. He reportedly told officers at the crime scene he, quote, snapped and did something about it. If convicted, he faces life in prison. His trial is scheduled to start January 9th of next year.
Police arrested 2 more teenagers for stealing Kia and Hyundai cars around Spokane. So this morning, our Nicole Hernandez is joining us live to break this all down for us. So Nicole, can you tell us how many people did police arrest for this?
So Channing, officers arrested 2 teenagers yesterday after they filmed themselves damaging some of these stolen cars. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office and Spokane Police actually shared that video with us. Take a look. So you can see here teenagers doing burnouts and driving over 100 miles per hour on I-90. Officers arrested the 2 teenagers yesterday. They found one hiding in a closet at his mom's house, and they arrested the other at his middle school. This now makes a total of 4 teenagers between 13 and 14 years old in custody for these thefts. Police think some of the teenagers have also been stealing some Ring cameras. They're facing a combined 26 felonies and 10 gross misdemeanor charges. Now, this all started after some videos on social media went viral showing how easy it is to steal certain Kia and Hyundai cars. Both automakers are now offering software upgrades to help fix the initial problem. Now, police do say that since they started the task force to help bring down these thefts, find the people responsible for them, they started that a few weeks ago, and since then they have seen less stolen Kias and Hyundais here in Spokane. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
$11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Those are the shocking comments made by a Seattle police officer about a woman who was killed by an officer driving a cruiser. And this morning, the family of Janvi Kandula are reacting after that body cam footage detailed the remarks another officer, Daniel Otterer, made about her death. They said in part, it's truly disturbing and saddening to hear comments on body cam video recording regarding John V's death from an SPD officer. John V is a beloved daughter and beyond any dollar value for her mother and family. We firmly believe that every human life is invaluable and should not be belittled, especially during a tragic loss. The Seattle Police Department says it has been in touch with the family and expressed their sympathies.
At 6:06, let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. The Snohomish County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of a second inmate at the county jail in a week. The Sheriff's Office says the 42-year-old inmate was found unresponsive in his cell late Monday night. A 38-year-old inmate was also found unresponsive last Thursday. The Snohomish County Medical Examiner will determine how both men died.
We cannot take this place, our home, our state, our shared environment for granted.
There's a new name on the ballot for the Public Lands Commissioner of Washington State. Yesterday, State Senator Rebecca Saldana announced that she is running. This comes as current Commissioner Hillary Franz continues her push as a gubernatorial candidate. And Cancer and Community Charities, also known as 3Cs, will host a golf tournament. It's their 6th time hosting the event, and it benefits Kootenai County Charities. The tournament starts at 8 on Saturday morning at the Links Golf Course in Post Falls. If you're interested, you can still register online, and that's a look at your morning rush.
The Washington State Department of Revenue's Unclaimed Property Program is breaking records. So this is actually a story I first brought you on Up with KREM earlier this year. The department returned $138.9 million this year. Unclaimed property is a free public service administered by the Department of Revenue. Each year, banks and other businesses turn over unclaimed money, stocks, and securities to the program. So to see if you have unclaimed cash, you can text the word cash to our text line 509-448-2000. We will send a link right to your phone with everything you need to know. You can also watch my full story on KREM 2 Plus right now.
It's 6:08 and weather conditions are a little cool for this morning thanks to those clear skies that we had through the overnight hours, but we're only about 20 minutes away to sunrise. And once we get the sun up, it is all uphill from here, and it might feel like a steep uphill when we look at the temperature graph later today. But our current temperature of 51 in Spokane is a pinch cooler than yesterday, and there are a handful of locations in the 40s, especially in North Idaho and Eastern Washington. So for the bus stop forecast, I do just kind of even it out, and I say 48 degrees, but some spots a little cooler, some spots a little warmer first thing this morning. But this afternoon, all about the same and right at that 80-degree mark, and it will be even hotter by this weekend. Saturday is easily our hottest day of our upcoming forecast, but big time changes will be heading our way, not just for the weekend, but for next week as well. We'll show you how big those temperature swings are going to be in a couple moments.
Well, we have been telling you about it all week. The KREM 2 is at the Spokane County Fair, and we are not leaving until those doors close.
No, we're not. And today you can hang out with the KREM 2 sports team. Our sports director, Travis Green, and reporter Andrew Quinn will be there from 3 to 7. So come on by and say hello at the KREM 2 booth.
And if you're headed to the fair this weekend, come on by this Saturday because you'll have another chance to meet the entire Up with KREM team. Tim Thomas and I will be there from noon until 6 p.m. on Saturday. So again, if you're out and about at the fair, come on by, say hi, and maybe grab a KREM 2 fan.
Yeah, because it's going to be warm.
It's going to be warm.
Says in the upper 80s. And that actually brings us to our wake-up call question of the morning. All this week, we've been asking you to send in your fair photos from the weekend and even earlier this week. So we know so many people are dropping by at the fair, so we'd love to see you and take a photo with you, or you could just send in a picture of your food. We know food is very, Instagrammable, so if you want to send in your yummy fair food, we'd love to see all the deep fried goodness here on the show. You can text it to us 509-448-2000 or use the hashtag UpWithKREM on social media.